This is the MyHeart.net podcast. This show is produced by Dr. Philip Johnson in conjunction with VitalEngine.com. Please welcome your host, Dr. Alain Bouchard, of Cardiology Specialist of Birmingham, Alabama, at St. Vincent's Medical Center, part of Ascension.
Welcome to MyHeart.net series on healthy lifestyle, an excerpt from our interview with Dr. Martha Gulati, who's professor and director of preventive cardiology at Cedars-Sinai. Our podcast today looks at the effect of alcohol consumption, and our podcast is titled Moderation Matters, Understanding Alcohol Consumption in a Healthy Lifestyle. That's great. Now, the next lifestyle factor we're going to talk about is alcohol. And of course, you're talking to a French Canadian. And, I have a lot of French in me, which means that I enjoy my wine. So what are the recommendations that we have for our patients?
Yeah, so a lot of people ask us, based on our recommendation related to alcohol, should everyone drink alcohol? No. If you don't drink, I don't recommend that you drink alcohol for cardiac protection. But right now, our recommendation is that, for men, they can drink up to two alcohol drinks per day. And for women, it should be one or under. And that's really got to do with body size. It's not bias or prejudice against women, but we do get gypped there. But here's where the exceptions are. For people with high blood pressure, one of the simplest things they can do to lower their blood pressure is actually either reduce their alcohol intake or stop it altogether. You can see a significant blood pressure drop, somewhere between 5 to 7 millimeters of mercury in your systolic blood pressure can fall as a result of stopping alcohol consumption. So, and then people with heart, if they already have heart disease, especially those with heart failure, they might get told to not drink very much. So you need to ask your physician, especially if you have heart conditions and if you have high blood pressure, about whether you should even be drinking alcohol or whether you should be reducing it. But I do think it's okay. There's some debate, where the French always want us to believe that, the French paradox is true, that although they eat well and drink well, they have less heart diseise.
It's probably sponsored by Chateaubriand or
exactly. But I will argue that the French eat differently. As I might have just briefly said, that they eat differently. They don't eat the portions we eat either. Even when their food is very rich, they eat, if you go to France, which I love to do, it's small portions. It's yes, it's heavy, but it's so, it's a small part of your meal. And there's always vegetables, beautifully cooked, with not heavy, not with lots of oils or fat. So people really have to understand that there's a difference in the countries too. But the alcohol, it's definitely true. They do drink a fair amount of alcohol, and yet they do have a lower rate of heart disease. But I don't think that that's a reason to drink too much. I think it's, again, moderation. I think, and that is ultimately the key for everything, is moderation about what we eat and how we do things in our lives. Especially sitting, we should sit in moderation. We should be more active. But I think for alcohol intake, just be careful with it. And remember, your measurements may not be the same amount. We're heavy pourers when it comes to alcohol, and, 2 glasses of wine is not the way that some people pour a glass of wine. In the US, again, I will say everything is a little bit, we're heavy-handed that way. So just be careful.
Really have a big glass.
Yes, we also have big glasses like we have big plates. So just be careful with the alcohol. And also think about it this way. If you are struggling, though, with weight, calories do come from alcohol. And so you may want to, sometimes that can be very easy for you to quit. And you can say, well, I don't need it. I just drank it because I thought it was good for me. Maybe that's a simple change you can make where you're like, okay, I don't need it. And those are calories that I don't need. And you can simply cut out calories. Remember, wine specifically, especially white wine, which I personally love, it is a little bit sweeter too. There's more sugars in it. So I always say if you're going to drink the wine, you're maybe not going to be able to have the dessert. So just think about it that way.
I love it. It's true. A glass of wine is about between 100 and 150 calories. I have to run or walk on my treadmill at least 30 to 40 minutes just to burn that,
Exactly.
So it's the calories in the liquid and you don't really see it. As we can see, it is important to reduce alcohol consumption. And actually, the less we consume, the better it is for the heart. Particularly important with people with arrhythmias such as atrial fibrillation.
To learn more from our team of cardiologists, please visit us at MyHeart.net. You can also follow us on social media by searching MyHeart.net on Facebook and Twitter. And be sure to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss our next episode.